strength assessment. We've gone, are the scapular stabilisers strong enough? Is there an obvious weakness there? Is there a strength deficit in the rotator cuff as well? So now what we want to do is work on a more of a functional approach. So the shoulder symptom modification procedure is to see if we can make changes to that thoracic, scapular, humeral articulations and muscle activation to see if we can immediately affect their symptoms. Now obviously if we can change someone's pain, right then and there it gives us a treatment avenue. It also gets good buy-in for the client. It gives them, oh, this can be different, and I can say to them, so if we can get your muscles to do this, like I'm doing this for you now, then we can start to reduce your shoulder pain and your problem. Okay, so going back to, we're using shoulder symptom modification. What we're aiming to do is to find a provocative position. So that might be something that they have told you, and it's useful if you can align your testing position with the pain provocation. So we found that full can position here, hold. Now does that hurt as such? No. So pain is a very, we're not dealing with pain within our group necessarily. Maybe we should be with you. We'll try you in a second. No, we'll do this first. But it also can be a strength thing too. So it can be a power thing. And people can say that I don't feel strong in this shoulder, we test it. And then with the symptom modification, we see if we can manage that and change it. So again, here, pushed up, or meet my resistance there, and the left one you struggle with. Yep, relax there. Okay, so now we're saying this is the position of weakness that we're trying to work on. And that is our test that we're going to do. Now, the first thing we're going to do is try and modify thoracic position. We want to see if the change in thoracic flexion, extension, kyphosis and extension is going to make a difference to this. So you're going to hold the shoulder in this position, so you can rest on me. Now, first thing I want you to do is up tall through the thoracic spine, so lift your sternum up and hold it there. Now I'm going to get you to hold the weight of your arm, and we push down. Does that make any difference to you?
Slightly stronger.
Does feel better, I agree. Now what I want you to do this time is drop your sternum a couple of centimetres. So I'm not asking them to slouch, I'm just asking them to switch off the erector spinae a little bit. Does it make a difference to you? Now hold that there, next, hold there, hold, 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 hold. So that is back to where we were, right? So if we found a change, then we want to make sure it's repeatable, that it's not just a one-off. So again, lift up through your sternum, take the weight of your arm, hold that there, hold, 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 hold. So it definitely makes a difference there. So you might test that a couple of times to see if that's a difference. So it may be that your intervention is directed at a slight thoracic extension to improve the strength. But we're going to investigate further. Don't just stop at one thing and cling on to that. Try and look a little bit further there. Okay, so the next thing we're going to work on is your scapula. Now we're going to work on different directions and see if we can make a difference. So again, I'll support the shoulder in that less than painful position. So while yours isn't pain, if it was painful here, I'd be supporting it here. If it's painful here, I might be sitting down to do this, okay, in this position. So the first thing we're going to do is a scapular elevation, okay? So I've got the coracoid process at the front in my hand, inferior angle in my posterior hand, and I'm going to elevate. Got that there? Now I'm going to give you resistance. Hold, hold, hold. Does that seem to change? I agree. Okay, so that's the first one. Secondly, we're going to externally rotate the shoulder. Hold that position. Now hold again. Hold, 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 hold. Not as much? No, I agree. And then we're going to try to posteriorly tilt. So it's try not to extend your back. We're trying to posteriorly tilt the shoulder there. hold that there, and then hold. So if we were to, so my sense, what was your sense of the three?
Of the three, I believe the elevation comes
Yeah,
first.
I agree. So my assessment of the feedback that I felt around the shoulder, I felt that the elevation helped the most. So we're going to repeat that there. So hold that there, got it, hold it up, and hold, 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 hold. So again, a really good improvement there. And I've compared to thoracic extension, what did you think?
I think this one's much better.
Yeah, I felt the same too. So if I just start with the thoracic extension, it was actually better with the scapular modification rather than the thoracic modification. Okay, so the next line is obviously humeral head. So now we're going to try an AP-PA glide to see if we can change that test again and change the power. So in this position, relax through there. So now, I'm not trying to change this position, we're leaving that wherever you choose to hold it. I'm going to give you a AP, hold that there. Now hold your arm, take the weight, hold, 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 hold. Not too bad?
Not too bad.
And then PA, got it?
Got it.
And hold, 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 hold. Not so great. And another way that you can do that, because obviously you can see with my handling there, that can get a bit tricky because you need too many hands. No, you're okay. Sorry. Come on. Ripping hairs?
Yeah.
I could have done it as a loop, couldn't I? And
It's
been
alright.
nicer. Sorry.
It's alright.
We're being friends now. So it's around the humeral head. So I will only do one direction because otherwise I've got to rip it around the other way. Okay, so if we do PA and then I'm giving a glide with the band, now I've got a free hand to hold. That actually feels quite good when you do that, doesn't it? Yeah, interesting. All right, you can take that one off if you like.
Okay, I'll do it.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay, so just to give you an idea that that's quite a powerful thing, so that we can say, okay, your rotator cuff is functioning, you can generate strength in that direction, but it's not as good as the strength on your right. If we modify, let's go with the scapular position, we modify your shoulder blade position here, your strength is better. So what that says to me is that your structure is good, but you're just having trouble getting the strength through that muscle to hold your arm. We're going to start with exercises to create this muscle base here to improve your strength here. Instead of just giving him scapular exercises hoping that that will help recruit that muscle, or doing some other exercise that you feel below the rotator cuff, you're actually going to start working around the scapula and see what happens here. And then we also had some modifications with the humeral head glide, which interestingly was PA that seemed to make it better. Starting to work around humeral head control, perhaps working on that is also going to help change the ability to load. But I'd start with that, see how we go, add that as the next layer. So it may be that you work on this for a week or two, and then you add this as another element if it doesn't respond in an appropriate time frame. Okay, pop your shirt on. Can I do your sore shoulder?
That's fine.
If you're happy with that.
But do you normally cover or?
Could you also do like with the terra dent on this side? Do that it also works the other way around?
As in it's pulling forward there, so
Forward,
it's
but you're
starting.
doing the exercises for your scapula.
Yes,
Just-
but I'm just trying to separate the two because we could do a combined exercise for
Yeah.
sure. But if we want to be specific about what's going to give the best result, I don't want to waste people's time. I don't want to give them too many exercises
No.
without purpose. And if I found that that works by itself, maybe that shoulder is just tired because this is already working. It's not working.
Yeah.
So if we get this working, maybe this will actually help this.
Yeah.
Because not by doing extra work, but not making it do all the work.
Yeah.
It's actually taking some load off it because we're improving that proximal scapular stability. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah, it makes
So if you do a combined exercise, you're putting more work into there, when actually what we maybe want to do is take work away.
Mhm. But if you just use it as the glide, if you stimulate the
Yeah.
ventral medial glide, which you did.
To stimulate.
No, which you said was like if the scapula works, then this will react better. The arm.
Maybe it's like the scapula itself. If you're throwing a ball on standing on an uneven surface, standing on ice, throw a ball. It's difficult to do because you don't have traction on your feet. Stand on firm ground, throw a ball. It's easier. So it's the same. Your scapula is the ground. If you've got icy, unstable ground, it makes it difficult for this to function. If you've got solid ground, it's stronger function here.
Yeah.
So we're not making it work. We're not trying to increase the work here. We're trying to improve the base and the strength here to enable this to work effectively.
Okay.
So I just don't need to necessarily put more load at the shoulder to get increased strength there.
Yeah.
So put the load where the deficit is, not everything. And the glides can help, but it's also, it's not completely functional. I'm always for something that's more functional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at you. All right, so what hurts you?
As long as this towards this, there you go.
So,
Crossing in, okay. Crossing this, okay. Backwards, no issues. External rotation, slightly painful. Reaching to the back, slightly painful.
okay, so this one probably the most
The
reproducible.
one that will trigger this one is this one.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. All right.
And it's smashing motion.
That movement. So come up there, go into that smashing movement. So here, and go internally rotate into me. Does that bring it on?
No pain.
No pain? What about going backwards? Does that?
Shaking it around.
Does that bring it on?
It's not painful, it's very
Yeah.
big, I feel like.
Yeah.
Shaking.
And up.
Okay.
Does that hurt?
Slightly.
So what can we use as the best thing to reproduce us feeling so that we can reassess which way is this helping you or not?
Maybe that pushing upwards like this. Like going up, that was painful, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you wait more
Hold on to
resistance,
that.
go
Okay.
Does that bring it on?
go higher.
Go.
Does it make it worse, or does it?
Does it make it worse? I would not say it make it worse. Just that feel the tiredness now. Still can do the motion.
Yeah, we want something that we can go better, worse, because of what we're going to try and do for symptom modification. So what about if you do something like hold forward? Does that bother you? If you do a front raise? No? What if you do,
No problem.
yeah, but that's hard. What if you do a lateral raise? Doesn't bother you too much? No?
Lateral
Okay.
is not a-
Let's try and work with your overhead, but it just might be a little bit difficult because it's not consistent for you to go. You might not have a very clear idea of whether it's better or not, essentially. So come forward a little bit. Okay, so let's go up into your painful range. Tell me when.
Some right here.
Yeah, okay. So rest onto me.
Okay.
So then from there, we're going to first of all try and relax, drop your sternum. Now lift your arm up again. Does it bring it on the pain?
Lesser.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Now try and lift your sternum. And then go again. What happens?
Stiffer and triggers a bit of the.
Okay. So we've got a little bit of information there that maybe relaxing that thoracic spine might be helpful. So next we're going to try and facilitate your upward rotation. Okay, off you go. Different?
Free. No pain.
There you go. But that's quite powerful because then even you as a physio is like, oh, whoo, that's exciting. But it also gives us a direction to go, okay, this is where we need to have some scapular modification, more upward rotation potentially. Let's keep going. So if we don't just relax, don't depress. So if we do an external rotation, okay, off you go.
Still stiff at the end range. I can't really force it to the back.
Yeah,
Be
okay.
careful here.
Come down. Does that range look better, you guys? Or the same? So let it, just do it without anything now. Go again. Yeah, go down. Externally rotate. Any different? Same? Yep. Good. Come down. Good. Okay. So now we're going to go AP. No, you relax. Try not to depress it as you go. AP. What do you think?
Good. Is that-
Different? Better or worse?
Better.
Okay. So maybe you do a combination. If we go elevate, no you don't. I do. Elevate posterior tilt.
You will do more. Oh.
And come down. So then we go, okay, we've got a couple of elements we can work with. You can combine, like I did, you can combine elements to try and see if that gives you an improved result. But it gives us a very clear idea of where we could go with our exercises. We want to facilitate exercise with an upward rotation. We also want to facilitate an AP, which may be that you need some work done through the pec minor to release through there, but it may be also you need some serratus and some lower traps work, which you already worked out, didn't you? To help hold that medial and inferior border down further. So you've got some very clear avenues that you can follow to begin to direct your treatment strategies. So let's try your humeral head. We won't go through all the doctors, so arm on me. So make sure that it's on the humeral head, it's not onto and over the acromion here. You've got to keep it on the humeral head. And as going higher into flexion, it's a posterior inferior glide as you move up. Okay, so from here, lifting, off you go. Any different?
Okay.
And
Feel
down.
more supported.
Yeah, go again. Yeah.
Not so pain.
Yeah, okay, come down. Compared to the scapula, what do you think?
Scapula better.
Yeah,
Mm.
okay. And then
Forward.
forward, but it's going